Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Sorry I'm a bit late. I was just posting the live message on the socials. As you can see, we're back in this interesting perspective. Actually, I wonder if I can show you. Somebody has decided to come and join us today. Let's see if I can. Oh, no, maybe not. You can't tell. He's there. There he is. So we don't have an official shadow cam, but there's a shadow lurk right here. We'll see how long he decides to join us for today. Let's see, is that better? Can we see him now? Kind of. Say hello to the people, Shadow. He's like, no thanks. Okay. So, as you can see, we are back at this angle for a little bit. I do think, oh, let me make sure I'm tightening this correctly. No, I am not. Oh no! It's fine, it's fine. Okay, I am doing this solely based on feel. Let's fix that. Sorry guys, we're just gonna fuck around with our cameras for a second. This is what I get for trying to show you. You know, Shadow's beauty and wonderfulness can just not be captured on film. Cannot be captured in real time. He is an enigma. Okay, how does this go again? It's gonna be real fun when we rearrange this for the second time, when we decide to go back into top-down approach. Okay, there we go. Who's an enigma? Shadow. He is joining me today, and I tried to capture him on the camera and proceeded to possibly, you know, mess with the camera in the process. Yeah, can we? No, I don't want to attempt it again. Maybe you can see him. What if I do this? See him? There he is. Sorta, kinda. Yeah, there he is. You can see him. He's a little melted long boy. We'll see how long he hangs out with us today. He might decide he wants to go hang out in the comfy bedroom instead. But until then, we will welcome him. Our prodigal mascot has returned. Who knows for how long? And that's fine. Oh, and Phantasma's here too. I feel like I keep forgetting to show you guys her. She needs to like hang around. I don't know. We'll find a place where she can make more frequent appearances, or I can just remember to bring her out. But yes, gang's all here. Gang's all here. So as you can see, we have put all of the tea on the shelf. It is looking incredible. We now have, oh, he's on the move. Oh, he's going onto the futon. Okay. I was like, geez, we're losing him already. No, he's gonna stick around. Who knows for how long. Hi, good afternoon, Aurora. How you doing? We're just saying Shadow decided to join us today. We don't know how long this will last. You know, we're always grateful and forever, you know, in awe of his presence, and we will try not to spook him because I do think he's part cat sometimes. But yes, so this is now done. This display cabinet is now done, and now we need to finish putting all of the bits and pieces on this table here. And once that is done, we get to start making the frame of the house. That means we're in a little bit of a home stretch. Oh, no worries, Aurora. Yeah, the masking tape trick did help. And actually, now that you mention it, we should do that again now, because I do think that was helpful. So let us prep for that as well. For that reason. Okay. And since this is kind of ripped down the center, that's what we'll do. But yeah. How's everyone's Thursday going? Mine is going all right. So far, so good. I did something to my knee earlier in the week over the last, I don't know if it was, it must have been the beginning of the week or like last week or something. Basically, I think what had happened is because, it is. The sun is actually out, which is wild. It doesn't usually like to do that. I think because it's on its way down. Because of where we live, we're sort of like on the top of a hill. And so I think when the sun starts to go down, we can like really see it. Yeah. Aw, man, Saul, a couple of rough days. That's no fun. If you feel free, if you feel like having a bit of a rant, or if you want to talk it out or anything, this is a safe space. You can do that. We're always here to support you. We care about you. So if you're having a rough time, we would like to assist in any way that we can. All right. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure I did my knee in. I don't know how, well, I think what had happened because Shadow has no lane discipline when it comes to our W's. WALKs. So what'll happen is he will stop, start, spin you around, do whatever. And so it's been really frustrating. And, well, it can be really frustrating. But mostly what I end up doing, because usually I have like a poo bag in one hand and his lead in the other. I just like spin around, so you'll just watch me and I'll be walking and I'll just do spinning. I'll just spin constantly while I'm walking him because he's in the way. And now I think what had happened is I had turned and I rotated, and when I rotated my body, I don't think I rotated my foot. So I think what had happened was I was stood like this. I then rotated, and from the top half of my body to the top of my knee turned, but I don't think the bottom half did. And I think then that pulled that section in my knee. I think that's what happened. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine. The other day I like didn't feel it at all. So I thought it was like, okay, if I go for a really long walk, like I did the other day, then it'll feel better. And I did that and it didn't really work. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, yeah, feeling with the flu, struggling with energy levels. Oh man, you're struggling with the flu too, Aurora? That's frustrating. Your streams help me. Aw, thank you. There's the community. Trolls are connected to my ex came to the stream. Oh my goodness, that's so annoying. I know about sort of what happened in your Discord. I do think you handled it really well, but yeah, it's never fun, obviously. I think there could be something in the water. I don't know if it was recently. I think it was recently a full moon. So I think all of the, like, I don't know, just all of people are feeling sassy today. Because I have a friend right now who is going through some, like, internet trolling as well. So I'm like, I don't know where and why all the trolls decided to come out of the forest on the same couple days. But there seems to be a little bit of a trend going on. So it's really annoying. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was shaking you up a little bit. Because I know, too, like, not, here, I'm New Year's resolution to troll more, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe people have some really toxic New Year's resolutions in their back pocket. I think it's really unfortunate, though, because I know probably for you, I'm going to speak on your behalf, but you can, jump in and cut me off if this isn't the case. But I get the feeling that your whole shtick and your whole thing is you want to have a very supportive, inclusive, chill, happy community. That's why you call yourself the bright side, right? And I'm sure less so, to have it impact you and to have the trolls come and be disrespectful to you is one thing. And I think, that sucks. And I think I would really struggle with that as well. But I feel like for you, it's less so about what happens when people attack you, but it's when people come into your space that you've created, your safe space for others, and they shit on people in your space. You know what I mean? And you're like, excuse me, I've worked really hard to curate this thing, and then you've come in and threatened that safety with your bullshit and like threatened my friends, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's not okay. So I can definitely see that. I don't know what language this is, so I don't know. You're asking a question and I don't know how to answer it. Okay. Spot on. Yeah, that's what I figured. And I think, like, and also too, I did think it was a bit funny. So obviously if we want to, you know, push past this, we can. But I did see what was happening on Discord start to unfold. And I think it's really hilarious that somebody decided to come and try to be incredibly misogynistic, and a bunch of the other isms as well. But they started with misogyny when the majority of your mods and people that support you are all of the feminine female persuasion. So it's a little bit like that was the worst place for you to come and spout those views, because you have a bunch of like badass, powerful female identifying individuals who like mod for you, who are like some of your biggest like supporters and stuff like that. So I was like, ooh, buddy, you're gonna get ripped to shreds in this space. Like, I'm sorry, but this is not the place to be spouting misogyny. I'm like, ooh, you bold. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is the wrong place to be. I was like, wow. I'm like, you got some powerful females in your corner, man, and I could see that was not gonna fly. Not that it would have flown anywhere, but especially in your Discord. Okay, let's gather the components that are meant to be going on this. But yeah, but honestly, having to deal with that is not okay. But yeah, to be fair, I was sort of like in a little bit of a meh mood, because again, like I had somebody messaging, like my friend messaging me, being kind of like, oh, so this is happening. And I'm like, oh, cool. So somebody is expertly trolling you and actively harassing you to the point where they made like an actual Twitter account specifically for harassing my friend. I'm like, cool. So people are in a great mood this year. Starting off the week with, you know, all sorts of fun stuff. Okay. So we have this broom as well. I'm actually annoyed because I thought this was gonna go this way. And I put this sticker on that way to make it not suck as much, but I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, definitely. I think that's the thing, right? They like, you know, you've crafted a safe and a good space for people when they all like clamor on, but for positive things, you know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's an incredible way to put it, where you're like, this really crappy stressful thing happened, but look at all of the bright positive awesomeness that has come out of it. 100% I agree with that. Okay, so this broom also belongs on here, but I do think I'm gonna be controversial and maybe put it the other way. But I think that might throw off the framing a bit. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway, this is also going on here. This bag is going on here as well. And so is this crystal ornament. And our food stand. Oops. As well as a teapot. Charm. But yeah. So despite, you know, all of the trollers and all of the flus and the discomforts and the knee pain and such, is on a positive, I think I genuinely took the best picture of Shadow I've ever taken in my entire life, which is like, you know, you take whatever little wins you can get, but if you've not seen it yet, you can go check. No filter. I was so impressed. He's just looking like the sweetest little baby angel in the whole wide world, and I'm so impressed. But yeah, you know, the little win, being Mama Exton. Yeah. No, absolutely, because it's like I don't think that sounds horrid at all. I think if you're in, especially if the circumstances surrounding the breakup or the circumstances, like, it was really difficult, and it was really hard for you to get through, it's like a wound, right? Like breakups, whether they're romantic or friendship wise, it's like a wound, right? So you have this cut and it's like pretty deep, cuts real deep, and you've done the work to distance yourself, to do what you can, to self-care yourself in a way to start slowly healing that wound, right? And then it's like you're at a place and you're like, okay, it's still raw if I like poke it, but you know, it's there and I understand, like, it's okay. And then if somebody comes along and they go, oh really, it hurts when I poke it, and then all the people come and they just start jabbing their grubby little shitty fingers into the wound, it's gonna suck. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's a perfectly reasonable response for that. The relationship was harder than the breakup. Hey, sometimes that happens. Sometimes hindsight is 20/20. You know? Salt in the wound, exactly. They're like, listen, I know you're trying real hard to like be a better person and to be in a better space, but like what if I just see that open wound, see that open heartbreak wound on your body, see this salt? Now what? Now what? And you're like, guys, listen, that was not okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hey, man, I talk with my hands. I'm very emotive. Especially when people fuck with my friends. I'm like, yeah, you wanna go? But, you know, just internally and in better places because, you know, I hate confrontation. So... I'm all talk, no game. And I mean that truly. Like, I will go to bat for you in my own safe space. But if people come for me, I will instantly back down and I apologize. But that's just the little baby bitch who hates confrontation that I am. Okay. So I really do hate these stickers. And I also don't like the way this is doing its thing. So I think I will be controversial, and I will stick this in the opposite direction. Because it's meant to be going this way. Yes! Oh! Yeah, the schmoosh. So I was inspired by the Alice in Wonderland of it all. You know, the chessboards and the playing cards. And so I decided to paint my nails yesterday. And so we have black and white and red with sparkles, with hollow, because I can't not have the hollow. And then, see, you can look at these two. They're out of focus. But if you can look at these two nails and see if you can see the smoosh. Because one of them is schmooshed. And one of them I didn't. But I was able to schmoosh the schmoosh back into place and make it work. No, they're just regular polish with but they're like the colors. Two of them are Holo Taco. One of them is another random red color. And then, of course, they all have Holo Taco, flaky taco on them. Because Holo hides a range of sins, you guys. You know? Like, you know, just daily fuck-ups. Just throw a Holo Taco on it. You know what I mean? But yes, but if you can't tell, again, I didn't think you would be able to. And it's not that noticeable, which is ideal. This one right here, I done did schmooshed. But I do think I managed to save it, so it's okay. But yeah, honestly, like, I think I went probably close to a week and a half without having painted nails, and I think that's the longest I've ever not had my nails painted, and it was becoming a problem. I was like, I feel naked. Like, this is not okay. So I guess we just have to start gluing, right? We just have to say fuck it and start gluing, don't we? I'm trying to like look at, this is sort of maybe centered. This is a bit forward here. It doesn't particularly matter, but I'm trying to make sure that like this spacing is ideal. Okay. What was my... no way! To be fair, yeah, it's called, like, not milky white, so it is, like, a really thick, bright white color. So that's hilarious. Yeah, it's, like, yeah, to be fair, it kind of is a bit like icing. Iced fingers. Hey, man. I'll take it. Okay, let's glue, shall we? We're gonna... Did this actually stick? No, because oh, that's so annoying. I always hate when I do that. So I will glue something and then it'll be like, oh, this is concave. None of that glue is actually gonna stick to this. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. So that mound of glue is just gonna exist. That's annoying. That's fine though. Okay. I already taken it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's usually, yeah, we usually restrain ourselves because if we start talking food now, I'm going to be hungry for all of stream. I'm going to become, yeah. I'm so obsessed with this and I'm really hoping, I don't know, I still don't know where this is going to live in my house, but I would like to do more of these because I am thoroughly enjoying it. I do like the idea of maybe picking up one of like the book nook versions of the miniatures, but that means I also have to clear my book cupboard up, clear it out enough to make room for a nook. Cause right now she's pretty jam-packed. Oh, by the way, return of the bookshelf and the barely lit room will be happening tomorrow as well. We will be out of this space and back downstairs, so. I've not attempted to look yet. I hope that it won't be that difficult to find. I would hope that Rolife would do it in general. But if not, I guess it could be made. But yeah, no, I haven't attempted to find one yet, so we'll see. I think, too, what'll happen is I probably have to find something with a base and a dust cover, because I think they sort of, like, slot into each other. So, but I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure I could find one. But no. No, not yet. Okay, put that there. Now, this guy, we can just maybe plop that there. Oh. Now it depends if we want this to be, now I'm just being nitpicky if I want it to be like straight on or if I want this to be like rotated slightly. Woo! Doesn't particularly matter, I don't think. Ah! Oh, Zardis, yes. Thank you for bigging up my photo of Shadow Sol. I appreciate it. I did catch that earlier. So in addition to, you know, trying to go for a knee swelling reduction walk, which didn't really work, but Shadow still needed a big W as well. Oh, does it? Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. You're like, you'll be fine. Perfect. I love that. Okay. Make sure there's enough room for this guy. And then this guy's gonna go here. That's gonna be a bitch because we're gonna have to hold it and just hope that it doesn't look weird. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that part. But if we glue all the other non-silly bits on, the non-troublesome pieces, then we can just hold that and It should be okay. Because to be fair, that was the same with these. So when I made these little ornaments, that was such a pain in the ass because you had to like hold them in not an upright position and just kind of like hope for the best. So yeah, I foresee that being a pain in the butt. But it's okay. Luckily this glue, like, even if it's not fully dry, it can be like dry enough that it's like you can kind of just like leave stuff to figure itself out. I think that was enough. There we go. Maybe here. Sure. Sort of, kind of, maybe. And then this guy goes up here. Oh, and that popped off. We might have to re-glue that. That's annoying. The little like take me sign on the box fell off. It's alright, we'll just fix that. I did some adulting today. And by adulting I mean I hoovered my house. And by hoovered my house, I mean only hoovered the upstairs. But in my defense, the last time I hoovered / like cleaned the house, we only really do like a massive clean or clean in general when we're about to have company over. Certain company doesn't count. I'm like, you have to just love me at my messy house. But I think it was for like Christmas. So when we had people over for Christmas, we cleaned. But they were only going to be downstairs, so there was no need to clean upstairs. So Liam and I have just been living in like abject filth for like the last month. It's not been that bad. I think the house just was in desperate need because Shadow and I are forever in competition of who actually sheds more hair, me or him. I think I win. I think the top of my head is just like constantly falling out. So, especially in our room, between the two of us, like, I assume Liam sheds as well, but, like, he has short hair, so it can only be so much. But yeah, so the carpets are in need. They were in need. And you don't realize sometimes how messy something is or, like, how desperately something needs a clean until you clean it, and you go, wow, there's a real big before and after difference, isn't there? Whoops. But it's all good. It's all good. We do like basic stuff. Like obviously the dishes are always like, you know, in rotation and we'll like sort things out. But like the bigger things. Yeah, exactly. Oh, see the worst too though is the brush head gets covered in hair to the point where like the sucking mechanism, we don't even use like a standard, we have like an industrial shop vac hoover because our little, we had one of those Dysons, we still have the Dyson, but it's like a cordless one and it dies so quickly that it's like I will hoover a room and it will overheat. And I'm like, buddy, we got like multiple more rooms to do. Like chop, you need to work more efficient than this. So this one that we have is like this big yellow shop vac thing. And the head of the, it has like detachable heads. So that first one, it's like I have to stop halfway between hoovering the bedroom and pull all the hair out that's like stuck in the center bit because then it can't actually suction very well. So that happens multiple times. Absolutely. You're just like, wow. In here, I hoovered and I was like cleaning off the brush head and there was like all this bright red hair and I'm like, whose hair is this? Because like I've had dyed red hair, but like that was like a couple years ago. So I don't know where, and I'm like, I promise you guys, I've definitely hoovered in between my hair being red and now. So I don't know. Like Liam's got a bit of a ginge beard, but like this was not the same color. I'm like, who knows? Oh well, it's fine. Honestly, absolutely. And, like, people could start thinking, you know, nefarious things, but, like, I'm the one who's home all the time, not Liam. So, like, you know, nothing, there's no shenanigans occurring. Because Liam's never home for you know what I mean? We talk about that sometimes. It sounds so funny, and I know we make, like, light of it. But sometimes we'll look at each other, and it'll be like, you know, I love you, and this is amazing, and, like, I wouldn't change a thing. And I'm like, but also, I'm way too lazy to ever cheat on you. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work, and I'm too tired for that. I'm like, I really don't want to put that effort in. So really, the only reason that's the excuse. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just way too lazy to have an affair. But we both collectively agree that. We're just like, yeah, that just seems like a lot of work. Like, we'd rather just, like, stay at home and watch TV than, like, go out and actively try to do something like that. I don't think I've glued this in all the way, so it just kind of popped out. I think the toothpick isn't long enough, but that's okay. We'll try this again. Right? Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. Speaking of, like, being married and shiz. I'm in the process. I was very good. So basically we have the viewing of the place that we're looking to hold our 4 years late wedding reception. And we have the viewing this Saturday. And so once that's done, we can then start gearing up to send invites out. Why is this such a weird angle? Anyway. And so this week I decided I wanted to start prepping the envelopes of the invite. So I was writing down, like, all the addresses to people and, like, sending stuff. So that once we, like, finally get the go ahead with, like, oh, okay, we definitely want to be doing this here, then I can get those all sent out, which is really exciting. I'm really excited just because it's, like, I don't know, like, it's one of those things where it's so funny because I was kind of judging myself because I was writing down these, like, I was writing down the addresses and names on these envelopes, right? Oh, there we go. Look at that. See, the glue has a mind of its own that you can kind of just, like, let it do its thing. I'm actually very impressed that this hasn't fallen over. Maybe I should hold it a little bit, just to be safe. We'll just hold a little bit just to be safe. This went surprisingly, amazingly. We thought, what didn't we say? We all collectively agreed this was going to be a struggle. And it just plopped itself down there and was like, yo, I'm going to stand upright. I'm like, okay. Be super simple. That's a dream. Anyway. But I was a bit, like, being weird to myself about it because I was writing out these letters. And you know how when you address and send a letter to somebody, you try to, like, line up all the information so it's, like, I don't know, like, centered, and they're sort of, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you receive a letter and everything's all lined up all perfect and stuff. And a lot of them, I was just, like, scribbling, like, just writing real quickly because I'm like, whatever, like, it's not a huge thing. But then I was sort of like, oh, like, these aren't, like, perfectly straight. Should I get a ruler out and, like, measure and make sure everything's, like, perfect because we want, like, the envelope to look really nice and whatever. And then eventually I was like, but why? Like, it's an envelope. You guys are just gonna throw it out once you receive the invitation. It's the invitation that needs to look cute. And even then, it doesn't even really need to. I just wanted it to because I made it in Canva and thought it looked cute. But yeah, so I had to, like, push through that where I'm like, I don't know. And then I was like, oh, are people gonna, like, judge me because, like, the envelope doesn't look pretty? And then I'm like, if you're gonna judge it, then don't come. I don't know. So I had to push through that. Thankfully, that discomfort didn't last long. I was like, this is a weird thing for people to be offended by if they are. Do you ever just get like that sometimes where there's, like, certain societal conventions that it's like things are supposed to look a certain way or be a certain way, and then you just kind of go, oh man, like, that sucks. My thing isn't that way. And then you're like, what a trivial thing for me to be concerned about. That really shouldn't matter. Because I even, even too, they're craft brown paper. So I even said to Liam, I was like, oh, they had like envelopes and cards together at Hobbycraft, but not like just the envelopes. And so the envelopes aren't white. They're like the brown craft paper envelopes. And then I was like, oh, is that weird that I could only find brown ones and not white ones? And he's like, why? They're envelopes. And I'm like, right, yeah, duh, they're envelopes. Like, who cares? Yeah, exactly. It's true. It's true. So I'm really excited about the idea of, like, doing something like because Liam has a 3D printer, so we're thinking of, it would be really cool if we do have, like, the traditional, like, centerpieces on tables and stuff for, like, Liam to 3D print centerpieces or, like, components of a centerpiece. I think that would be really cool. I basically, and he agreed, luckily. He could have changed it, but it's sort of like, because you guys know me, you see my outline, I'm very, like, whimsical, foresty, nature, I just love trees. I freaking love a tree. I love mushrooms. I love moss. Very earthy nature person. And Liam is Mr. Tech Man, okay? He loves LEDs and he loves, tech stuff and video games, and he's like Mr. Tech Nerd, right? And so the sort of like theme of the reception kind of is like sort of like nature meets tech. So it's sort of like futuristic nature. So actually, the coolest thing, you know what it is? I'll show you guys. I will, 1 second. I'll cover the potential, identifying information. But look at this graphic I found. It's a tree, but it's circuits. It's literally like a circuit board tree. Is that not the most perfect amalgamation of the two vibes ever? So I found this graphic on Canva and I was like, that's incredible. I was like, oh, let's do like a techie nature theme. And then Canva was like, hold my beer. And they gave me literally a circuit board tree. I was like, that's it. That's incredible. I'm so, I was like, done. But yeah. It is, honestly. It's true. People have been bugging us about it. Trust me. They've been like, so when's this happening? And we're like, And the only reason, right? Canva, I love you. Honestly, I was like, listen, this is so good. This is incredible. Yeah, long overdue. But, ooh. Yeah, no, because people keep saying it. And to be fair, the only reason I didn't even think it was going to happen. So what it was, I wasn't even thinking about it. And it wasn't until I was on a walk with a friend of mine. And I was talking about how my parents and my brother and his girlfriend were probably going to be able to come and visit this year at the same time, which has never happened. My brother's only come over here to visit me once. My parents have come a couple of times, but they've never been here at the same time. And so I was like, oh, it's going to be really cool. Like, we've never all been together in England before. We've obviously been together in Canada before, but never that. And so my friend's like, so does that mean you're going to have your long overdue wedding reception? Because all the people that you want to be there are going to be here. And I was like, processing that in real time. I never even thought about that. So then we finished the walk, and so Liam and I are at home, and I was like, so our friend just suggested this thing to me. What do you think? And he goes, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. And then, of course, we got my mom involved, and I was like, hey, Mom, so my friend is thinking maybe when you guys are all here, we, low-key have our overdue wedding reception. What do you think? And she's like, duh, yeah, that's amazing. Awesome, let's do it. I'm like, okay, cool. I guess this is happening. Okay. So yeah. The only thing that's a bit of a downer, but it's this was always going to be the reality, because this is what happens when, you move across the world, is that my parents and my brother obviously are able to come and travel and do those sorts of things. But my childhood best friends, my elementary school and high school best friends, they're all similar age to me. They all have young kids. They all have like their own lives going on. So it's not really like financially or time feasible for them to come over. You know what I mean? We also don't really have any space for them. So they would have to put themselves up. So unfortunately, like they won't be able to come, which is a bit of a shame. But I do think that even like in the last because they all had kids in 2021. So they all got pregnant during lockdown, had kids that year, and then it's like until they are a certain days, like a certain number of days or years go by when the kids are old enough, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't think like the feasibility of that isn't really possible, so that's a shame. People day stream zoom in. Yeah, I see that makes sense for like wedding purposes, but like for a reception, I don't know, man. Could you imagine? I'd be like, oh, we're having a big dance party and you can watch it on the TV. Maybe. That's an option. I didn't even consider that. That was something I didn't even consider. That's a possibility. If they want to, like, live zoom in. Okay, so. Now we're ready to start the frame. And I do think that it would make the most sense to do the frame to transition back to our top-down perspective to work on the frame. So you're gonna watch me struggle to fix the orientation of this camera. Because last time I did this, to get it to the original orientation, it took me so long because I kept rotating this thing. No, not this one. At the wrong angle. So, okay. And now you can see me upside down. Hi. Yeah, there's honestly so much glue. Okay, and then this one needs to be rotated this way. Okay. That wasn't nearly as painful as it could have been. Okay. Okay. Let's pop this back into place. Let's pop this back into place here. Hi, Kay! Good morning. Good afternoon or good evening. I think you're morning though, if I remember correctly. Okay. We are transitioning back into Teeny crafting is going well. We are now moving on to the frame of the Teeny craft. We are just fixing the orientation of the camera back to top-down perspective, just because I think that it will be easier when we are making the frame, which is this big boy here. So I felt like it would be a bit easier for that. But who knows? We might switch to the orientation again. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, good morning, Kat. You're here. I have to run away for a few minutes. No problem. Thank you so much for stopping by to say hi. You are morning too, Kay. Perfect. I'm getting the time zone orientations correct. Okay. We are back up here, which is, I don't know, it's kind of high, but whatever. Let's work. Let's do this, shall we? Okay. I know, well, I don't know. I was gonna say my face is blocked by the camera, so maybe we can fix that. And then we can do this. You have been replying to emails like an adult. Wow, good for you, man. Adulting is hard sometimes. Check you out. This is very twisted. We need to fix that at some point, but not today. God, I hate, I don't know. I was gonna say I hate a lot of things. Just having to, yeah, reply to emails, do stuff like that. Let me just see. Okay, where are we at? I think I should have just left it where it was. It's fine. it's just gonna kind of low-key be in my face. But I feel like I used to do that all the time before, so it's okay. I'm not panicking, you're panicking. Why is this not... I honestly, you guys have seen many sides of the craft studio from multiple different angles. Some of them intentional, some of them completely unintentional. I don't know why this is not locking into place. Yeah? It's okay. It's okay. Okay, I'm back with cheese. Honestly, if you just left me to go and get cheese, that is like the most perfect thing in the world. Okay. Back with cheese. I appreciate that. Please share with the class, Kat. Please. What kind of cheese? Excellent, excellent. Okay. So, we need to get all the components. I'm never without cheese. But I love it. I love cheese. I love cheese of all the varieties. Of the food variety, of the humor variety, of the musical variety. Love it all. Oh, it's just string cheese. I ate like 6:30. That's amazing. You've been up since 2 a.m. Oh, geez. How come, if you don't mind sharing? That's frustrating. Okay. We need to make some transparent sheets. This is what's left of the transparency. Do I have more transparency? Yes. Because the first thing we need to do is make windows. Or make a window. Drink a cup of water, I paint, fell asleep. I don't know why that's so funny to me. You make it sound like you got water drunk and just passed right out. You must have had a really long day. I love that. I drank a whole cup of water at 8 p.m. and fell asleep. Oh. Just excellent. Excellent. So yeah, that makes sense then that you were up really early. Let me figure out how big these need to be. And hopefully we have enough vinyl left to do this. N3 and N4. Okay. I'm gonna pop this here. Transparent sheet. Guys, see, Aurora already said this. We've started talking about food way too early in stream because now that's all we're gonna be able to talk about. We are gonna be just, yeah. Honestly, yes. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. 71. If I remember correctly, these are in millimeters. Right? Yes. Okay. So we need 110, which is 11. Let me get this. Let me get the. Let me get the window out, because then that will help indicate to me what I need to do, because if it fits, it's fine. I think we'll have enough. I'm not concerned. What's the other piece we need to worry about that needs a window? This guy. Okay. So if we get out the pieces that require a window, then we can look at them and be like, yo, this is fine. Yeah, we have more than enough. Boom. They can exist here. Okay. Cool. So let's do that one first. 71 by 43. Where is my pen? I don't know if they have cowtails over there. Ooh, no. You've ordered from the opposite and now realize I've made a mistake. Please explain what a cowtail is. Hi, Pete. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? I hope your week has been going well so far. I feel like we've had some friends that have been having a bit of a rough week, so we're here to spread some joy and some fun and some shenanigans and, you know, do what we do best. 71. That's right here. Chewy caramel stick with cream on the inside. Ooh, no, I've never... They sound wonderful. Cream and caramel. Wow. I've seen like, there's like chewy toffee kind of like candies and stuff, but never with cream. Is the cream like a consistency of like a Cadbury cream egg? Okay, and then also 43. So where's 43? Because that sounds delightful. And also, yes, that was a dangerous thing for you to order them for the office. It's like a thicker cream. Okay. One's from the 90s. Oh, interesting. So they've obviously like changed the flavor profile since then. Interesting. Yeah, we had like a chocolate variety box that that Liam's dad brought over for Christmas, and so we've been slowly working our way through it. It's called a celebration box. A bunch of them have gluten in them, so Liam, it's so funny because every night Liam sits down and he goes, okay, which one can you eat again? And then I have to list off, I can eat this one and this one, so he knows to only eat the gluten-containing chocolates because the other ones are for me. And so yeah, so I sit there and go, I know which ones usually don't, because of course too, when you get like those mini chocolates, what they'll do is they won't list the individual ingredients for each chocolate bar. They just do a batch of like, this is all the ingredients for everything in the box. And so of course they're like, there's wheat in them. And I'm like, well, technically yes, but not every single one of them. I'm tired. Okay, how are you? Random question. When will there be any singing streams? Oh, thank you. Well, now that you mention it, so, oh, there's an ad. We'll wait till after the ad. Let me know when I'm back. Yeah, let me know when I'm back. Let me know when I'm back, friends. And I will tell you all. I will explain. I'll be like, aw, Saul. Listen. You, sir. Saul is just, you know, the wonderful little ray of sunshine that keeps on giving. Honestly, like, stop. You make me emotional. But anyway, it's a good thing you said that, Pete, because I have a new channel point redeem on the channel. For 3,000 channel points, you can request a karaoke performance from myself of any song of your choosing, with the only caveats being that I need to have some basic knowledge of the song. And bonus points if it appeals to my nostalgic sensitivities or sensibilities. So singing streams can happen whenever you want them to. Up to 3 times per stream. So you have that option. But yeah. Redeemer's choice for song performance. Well then. That was quick. What would you like to hear? Let me write these out before, like this. Exactly, that's 100% Pete. That's exactly how it works. That is exactly how it works. But yeah, what would you like to hear? What are you in the mood for? Again, I have to have some basic knowledge. Even if you want to suggest an artist and I can be like, I know this song by that artist, that also works. Okay, let me just mark out 110, which I assume is this. Shadow might leave the stream when I start singing, because when I was practicing for the Stars in Your Mouth competition, he left. He was like, this is too much. I told my mod team that Tash has been inspired to yeah. That's so funny. And you have 20k in points. Yeah, to be fair, I think you, Aurora, Saul, probably Kat. I think Kay's getting up there as well. Oh geez, I will let you choose. Okay, well, does anyone else in the chat have any suggestions? Do you want to pick a decade? Do you want to pick like an era? I have 21k, yeah. Alanis Morissette. Oh, okay. Okay, see, Aurora knows that Alanis Morissette is my go-to karaoke song. One of my go-to karaoke artists, fellow Canadian. Are we happy with this? We used to have cats that come get in our face and whistle to make us stop. Oh. Yeah, Pete, are you happy with Alanis Morissette? Do you know Alanis? Do you love Alanis? We stan Alanis on this channel. Okay. We can do ironic. My go-to karaoke song is You Oughta Know, but that's a little bit saucy. We can do ironic, we can do Hand in My Pocket. There we go, we have 3 options. We have 3 options, Pete. If we want to do Alanis, we can do ironic, we can do You Oughta Know, or we can do Hand in My Pocket. So, if you have a preference. I will finish marking this out as well. Yeah, right? I forgot Hand in My Pocket as well. This is via Sing King on YouTube. We'll let Pete make the final decision since he did the redeem. Okay. How much is this? 10 by 15. Wait for his preference. He's like, I have no idea. Which is also valid. But I will let you pick. Just take a wild guess. You have ironic, You Oughta Know, or Hand in My Pocket. Can I pick option 2, please? Oh, option 2, You Oughta Know. You are in a spicy mood. I like it. I like it. Okay. This is, yeah, guys, you're spoiling me today because you know this is one of my favorite songs of all time. So let me turn up the volume. Let's pause for, not pause. Mute the video or the ad. Oh no. Oh no. It just froze. God damn it. It should be fine. It's fine. Did we break it? They do reliable? Okay, that's good. That's good that they both do. Okay, this looks like it is working now. Excellent. Okay, we'll skip the ads. Make sure this is loud enough. Thinking. Okay, let's get some water in. I wasn't ready. Okay, it's gonna count me in. Want you to know. I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. An older version of me, is she perverted like me? Would she go down on you in a theater? Does she speak eloquently? And would she have your baby? I'm sure she'd make a really excellent mother. Cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide. No. And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me you'd hold me until you died? Till you died, well, you're still alive. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You wanna know. You seem very well. Things look peaceful. I'm not quite as well. I thought you should know. Did you forget about me, Mr. Duplicity? I hate to bug you in the middle of dinner. It was a slap in the face, how quickly I was replaced. And now you're thinking of me when you fuck her. Cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide. No. And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me you'd hold me until you died? Till you died, well, you're still alive. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You wanna know. Whew. Instrumental break. Yeah, I forgot to change into this camera, guys. It was a bit of a delay, but it's okay. We got there in the end. That you made in the bed, that was me, and I'm not gonna fade as soon as you close your eyes, and you know it. And every time I scratch my nails down someone else's back, I hope you feel it. Well, can you feel it? And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You wanna know why I'm here? To remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know. This song is dirtier than I remember 100%. Oh, but you just feel, I don't know, if you've ever been like a wrong, I don't know, it just makes you feel powerful and badass. Well, thank you very much for that redeem, Pete. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for letting me sing one of my favorite songs. I appreciate you all. You sang this as a kid so much. That's amazing. You have no idea. Oh no. It's like misheard lyrics, right? Sorry, I just realized I spat all over my screen while I was singing, so I'm just gonna clean that up. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely an angry banger, you know? Honestly, Alanis is bae. She's incredible. I've been listening to a lot of Garbage as well lately, and that sounds hilarious if you don't know that Garbage is the name of a 90s rock band. That's another one that they have many a good banger. Just like some good 90s angry 90s angry ladies. You know what I mean? You love Dogma. Oh, Kat, I love Dogma too. I also love anything with Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, that's my soft spot. Jay and Silent Bob are my soft spot. Dogma is such a good film. The great Alan Rickman being one of the archangels. It's such a good movie. So good. It's also a stacked cast as well. Right? Honestly. Ear to the trash can, eh? Exactly. Yeah. Waits for Tasha to go on X Factor. Oh my god, can you imagine? Dave Coulier really pissed her off. Absolutely. I think so. It's true. She was God in Dogma. Alan Rickman. Yep, exactly. No, it's such a good film. Truly one of my faves. The only Jay and Silent Bob IP that I wasn't like super a big fan of was Chasing Amy. I didn't really care for that one. And like, I didn't mind Mallrats, but Dogma, the original Clerks, Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where Will Ferrell plays like a park ranger. Incredible. Incredible stuff. Okay, let me find, where's my scrap pile? Right here. So good. Yeah, Chris Rock's in that movie as well. Very good. Okay. Oh, let's turn the other songs on now. Okay, we're back to chill. Back to the chill tunes. Back to yes. Ha 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 ha. No, he fell from the sky actually. Yes! Salma Hayek was in that too. Yeah, Salma Hayek played one of the muses. Oh, that scene, Candy Girl. So good. So good. Candy Girl on my world. So good. And that God liked skee ball. Oh, who else is in it? Jason. Oh, what's his name? The guy from My Name is Earl was also in that film. Honestly, totally stacked cast. My brother had a Buddy Christ bobblehead for the longest time. I wonder if he still has it. George Carlin. Again, George Carlin was in that film. Stack cast. That should be one of your movie night watches one day, Saul. That's a classy, that's an excellent one. Jason Lee, that's his name. I knew we'd get there in the end. Did I even say Jason? What did I call him? That's incredible. But yeah, Alanis Morissette is God. Next level. And she's just like doing headstands. What is it she does? She goes, boop. She boops like Matt Damon. Oh my god, I forgot Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are also in it. They're like the main characters. So funny. Okay, how much of the brown wire do we need? 40 millimeters? Okay, I get it. Yeah, I might have said, yeah. Cool. I'm like, you know what I meant. Okay, let's see. This is 40, right? Yes, 40 millimeters. And then we need 10. So if you're doing like what, like 12 each? Because that's 10 plus like 2 on each side. This is really confusing to me. So it's like, okay, this needs to be 10 centimeters. And then you turn it so that it's 10 millimeters across, but bent. And then 3 and 2. So how long do we think this actually is? Is this meant to be 15 centimeters each? Or millimeters, sorry? That's what I'm assuming. We do have more wire if we need it. So if I cut it at like 15. We're making like little handles like we did on our door. Yeah, honestly. Uh-oh, math's on. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm used to lately. It depends what it depends what medium, because certain mediums say that. Yeah. You say most people had a rough week this week. I feel this. Yeah, absolutely. You started talking therapy yesterday. That's amazing. Good for you, Pete, honestly. I was talking to somebody about my adoptions for my volunteering. Yeah. Yeah, how was your application? It was your application for volunteering? How did you find your talking therapy, if you don't mind talking about it? I know sometimes with the first session, it's just like an introductory session to like get the vibes in, to see how everything is. And honestly, the first step is, you know what I mean? Like the first step is just going. And just seeing if that was helpful. You know what I mean? I'm like, trust me when I say I have done many, many iterations of therapy over the years, and I am still 30 years young, so I'm sure I'll be back there again sometime soon. Who knows? But I think it's important. I think it's good. I don't know if it matters what side we do this. Does it matter? What do we think? I assume the side with the bigger grooves is the front. So we will put this on the back. But yeah. It's really interesting because Liam's been reading this book. Oh geez. Let me remember what the name of it is. But it's basically like this book that it's basically like how to be happy, essentially. What's it called? Oh, Solve for Happy. So it's this book called Solve for Happy. And it's written by this guy who basically like, it's like, because I feel like some people, they're not really into like traditional therapy, or it's like they're not a big like, you know, like there's sort of like kind of woo-woo, fun, happy, cozy, like mindful, whatever vibes. People aren't always a fan. But, so this guy wrote this book, kind of like Solve for Happy, and sort of tackles happiness and the search for happiness in a very sort of like scientific and like techie way almost. And breaks it down in these interesting components and stuff. So Liam's been reading that, and it's been really interesting because like every time he reads it, he then comes back and is like, oh, I learned this thing in this book today about this particular like, you know, thought problem or whatever, and explains it to me. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's like that thing I learned in therapy a couple years ago, but under a different name. Or like, oh, that's like this. Because I think sometimes too, information can be presented to you in some way. And it could be very helpful, but like the way it's explained to you, or if it's like in an environment that's like, I don't know, rubs you the wrong way, you're not really like salient to it. And then sometimes somebody can present something to you and you're like, oh my God, I get it now. And it clicks, right? I've been a therapist before, so it's a good thing. Yeah. That's good. You don't have to explain yourself again. That's really good. That's awesome. With the volunteering responsibility. Oh, that's good. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you're going to be starting to volunteer soon. I know it's one of your passions, so that's really good. And I think that's good too, where it's like you go and you're like, oh, I need like a bit of a refresher. You know? Just getting the last side of this off. But yeah, always remember, because there was when I went to school, when I was at university, that's when like mindfulness was becoming like a really big hot button topic. And so my professor was trying to like explain mindfulness to me, and we were all gonna like practice mindfulness together and like learn how it worked and whatever. And I could not wrap my brain around it. I was like, what do you mean I'm just supposed to sit and thoughts will happen and I just need to like let them float by, and I don't understand. And then when I was in a group therapy thing like a couple years later, this person explained mindfulness and how it's done again, and it clicked it with me that time. I was like, oh, that's what my professor was trying to explain to me all those years ago. You just made it make sense. You know what I mean? Here's Tasha's agent feels go. Yeah. I hold on everything, you need to let it go. Yeah. You mean like physical stuff or mental stuff? Because that could be interpreted both ways. Okay, let's glue this bad boy down. Mental stuff, yeah. I tend to like, to be fair, I'm a lot better than I used to be, because I used to like ruminate, or I would like catastrophize and like have conversations in my brain. Like I would have conversations in my head about situations that maybe I was like worried about. And of course you play it out in your head and there's no way that that's actually how it's going to go down. Or you like get yourself all worked up for like a conversation you've had by yourself. So there's a year between us when I still feel old. Oh, don't worry about it. Liam's 3 years older than me, so we're both younger than Liam, and Saul's the same age as Liam. So that means if we're 1 year apart, then Pete, you're not the oldest person in the room. Well, not the oldest person in the chat. I wouldn't say being old is a bad thing, though. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't say, because, like, I don't know. I find as I've been getting older, I've been getting a lot smarter. And I just, like, don't stress about stuff as much. I don't know. People were so worried, or, like, people I knew that turned 30 before me, and everyone was like, oh my god, you're, like, freaking out about it. And society, like, has us freak out about, like, turning 30 and leaving our 20s. And I'm like, from a mental health standpoint and from like an emotional regulation standpoint, my 20s were garbage. You know what I mean? And then of course my teens were even worse. I used to have this running joke with my parents where I'm like, oh, I'm due for a mental breakdown. I would like monthly would be like, oh, I'm gonna have a total meltdown. And it's like, when it wouldn't happen, I'd be like, and then it did, and I'd be like, yeah, I was about due for one. You know what I mean? And it's like, now I don't feel that way. Like I mark on our calendar. We have like a big calendar for the year. And we mark down on it when I've had like a bad mental health day, just to keep track, because it's like, you know, when things start to go downhill, then you can start like looking at trends or sort of looking at what's going on. And so, you know, teenage Tasha would have had, you know, bad mental health day to the point of like inconsolable tears, like once a month, once every couple of months, you know what I mean? And then now last year I had 2 bad days, maybe 3. I think I forgot to mark 1 on the calendar, but like that's incredible, the entire year to have inconsolable bad days as opposed to like monthly. So if, you know, the trajectory of this works, that means that the older I get, the more mentally stable I am becoming. And honestly, I wouldn't trade that for all the youth in the world, to be completely honest. I'm 31 and I want to nap more. Hey man, I always want to nap. Are we competing in oldness? I'm older than my husband. Hey man, that's fair. Turned 30 at Disneyland, so it didn't bother me as much. Hey, I like that. You're like, it didn't bother me. I was in one of the happiest places on earth. I would feel the same. My only issue with turning 30 was feeling like I missed the deadline to be an adult. I absolutely. But turned 40, I mostly didn't care. And I think that's the thing. People tell me, like, because I was talking about this with my mother-in-law, and she said the same thing. Like, the older she got, the more she just, like, stopped giving a shit about what other people thought about her and just started living her best life. And I'm like, that is awesome. I want that. Yeah, it seems like Kay wins the competition, but it's not a competition. So you could. That's amazing. That's good. So what is it? I have. So in a couple years, I will be completely out of fucks to give. Excellent. I can't wait. Exactly. It's true. Okay, I think this is dry, so now we need to make the handles. I think, ooh, this has the potential to look kind of wonky, so we'll see. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. That's really awesome. I like that. Here's to letting go of societal pressures and feeling like you can just be your badass, awesome self. We are here for it. Okay, so we want this to be 10 centimeters across and then sort of turn either side. So like here. And, ooh, they're gonna be a little small, but that's okay. There we go. That's interesting. You're just like, now what? Okay, and now once we've turned this, I think we need to make these a tiny bit smaller. And then also, honestly, exactly, right? We are here for everyone reaching excellent heights with their mental health. Ooh. That's my hope for everyone, you know, all the time. But let's say my hope for everybody in this here year 2023 is good mental health. Whatever that looks like for you. You know what I mean? Because I feel like what that looks like and means for people can be different depending on your circumstances, on your lifestyle, on what, you know, your perception of yourself and the world around you is. But I wish you good mental health. And, you know, and physical health. But, like, mental health. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like we're making such tiny little... So we're making this flat because it needs to be flush against the window pane. But it's janky as shit. That's fine though. Where is it meant to sit? I think here is where it's kind of supposed to live. Here, but like upright, obviously. But I'm gonna make the other one before we attach them. This is just the idea. It might help if I squish these down a bit. I don't know if that helped. I don't know. Oh, Shadow didn't run off when I sang earlier, so that's good. He's currently laying on the sofa, or on the futon, being the bestest boy. Okay, we have one handle. I was like, why don't I know what that word is? Let us make the next one. So we're gonna use this to like line up the next one. Like, I'm sorry you guys can't see the tiny details, but the bigger details will start making sense. Once we make this stupid window, there will be bigger pieces, so the top down will make more sense. Sort of, kind of, maybe. And then we... Like, where are my pliers? And then we twist. Oh, maybe not as jankily as that. This needs to come in more, and then this one needs to go out more. Okay, well this one's smaller, but it kind of makes sense because this window is smaller, so if we decide, oh, is this stuck to the table? No, it's fine. Whoops. But yeah, so this is a smaller window, so this can have the smaller handle and this can have the larger handle, and then it doesn't matter if they're slightly different sizes. It's all good. Now these are two different heights, which is not ideal. So we can try and make this one. Ooh. Would help if I probably, ooh, I like full on twisted that in the wrong direction. It's fine, don't worry about it. Wow, okay. God damn it. I don't even know what I did. What did I do? I don't know what happened. I think we should try that again. I assume we have more wire. Let's try that again. Geez, all of the pliers are coming out today. So this is the goal, not this. Not that you can really see from where you guys are at what this looks like, but I promise you, I did something janky. So this is what we want. This is what we did. Tell me what happened, because I don't know. Whoops. It's okay. We'll try again. I appreciate the pep talk, friends. Okay. But yes, so tomorrow we will be returning to, you know how this is a lovely display here right now. Tomorrow we'll be back in front of the bookshelf. So maybe if we have time or we care, we can go over some of the books on the bookshelf. Because we have many a Wonderland book. I think I was counting last time we were down there that I have over 10 sort of Alice in Wonderland and Wonderland adjacent books. And so maybe we can take a look at them tomorrow. In the dark. I'll try my best to light it like I did last time. Okay. I think we can work with this. It's a bit smaller, but it's okay. And then okay, I'm feeling confident, friends. Looks correct. I just want this to be a bit more up and down. Okay, we don't hate it. Now we just want to make sure that it's one, it's straight. Two, these are straight. Oh, and also, so I wanted to say something. I think it was it 2 weeks ago? I sent off all of my giveaway goodies to everyone. And I think literally the day I sent it off, literally the day I dropped it off, probably that day, and then it was reported that the Royal Mail had a cyber attack. And so that has temporarily paused all international mail until they sort of figure out what's going on. So your stuff might take a little while to get there. I'm hoping that it like went on the truck before the attack happened, but unfortunately it seems like they've actually paused international mail while they try to like catch up to the issue. I think to the point where like people who have small businesses can't ship out, like UK businesses can't, like small artists can't ship outside of the UK right now, which is really frustrating. So I don't know when it's going to get to you, but it will. It is in transit, or it's, you know, still stuck at the post office, but I promise you it's happened. But I was like, oh man, because I saw this report and I was like, oh, hopefully my stuff got sent out before this happened. And then I looked and I was like, pretty sure it happened the day I dropped them off. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna put let's ready the tweezers. Get these into position. And then this is gonna go as centrally as we can put it. And hopefully this goes as well as us sticking that broom on the table and being astounded how it didn't fall over as soon as we plopped it on there. We're gonna do the same thing with this. Pray to the miniature gods that it goes just as well. And hope that we get it sort of kind of in the middle. Here looks promising. And then, is that centered? Kind of. It's just one of those, you know, like old Victorian shops where, you know, it's just, it's got character, right? Isn't that what they say when things are wonky and lopsided in houses? Like, none of the walls in this house are straight. And so when you put up pictures and stuff, you go, is the picture wonky? You're like, nah, the wall is. That's British homes in a nutshell, in my experience. Unless they're like new builds, they are just wonky. So it's all right if this is wonky. It's, you know, we're embracing the British wonky aesthetic. I appreciate the stretch. Yeah, we've been in craft gremlin mode for a hot minute. I'm wonky and lopsided. It's true. It's true. I wouldn't say you're lopsided. Maybe a little bit wonky. But, you know, all the best people are. Ooh. Stretch it out. Okay. It's true. I'm trying to think of all of the characters I've met so far, who my favorite of yours is. I do think it's Tompkins, and it's only because of his Eiffel 65 blue rendition. So far. I do like the Plague Doctor as well. I just might even like dedicate to this. Honestly, it's funny because my mother-in-law used to make fun of me because I was just like, I just full on will sometimes be like, I've not stretched in a minute, and just like fold myself in half and just like hang out there for a bit, or I'll just start doing lunges. And so when she's at work and she starts like photocopying things, she'll start doing like stretches and stuff while she's standing, and all her coworkers are like, what are you doing? And it's like, oh, I'm inspired by my daughter-in-law who just like busts out a stretch every once in a while. Yes, it's the extension, right? Yeah. Yeah, especially too, sometimes in bed, I'll like do like a forward fold situation, and I'll just hang out there for a minute and be like, okay, now it's time to unstretch. Okay, I just want to make sure that this is straight. I might just take a granola bar break in a minute because I can see my hands are kind of getting to the shaky point, and that's not ideal when you're trying to glue miniatures. I can't tell if they're shaky because I need some food or if I'm just nervous. We'll open the granola bar in a second. And we'll also have a tea break, though I'm sure the tea is cold, but that's okay. We don't mind cold tea in this chat, on this channel. I think it probably helps because I don't put milk in my tea, so it's like fine if it goes cold. Because I do think when people put milk in their tea and the tea goes cold, they can get a little bit gross. Are those straight? Are they centered? Kind of. I feel like this guy kind of isn't. There you go, let's just scooch him over. That's fine. We'll just give him a little scooch. There, sort of. We have window. Window pane. Isn't that's like a line in Love the Way You Lie by Eminem. That's why they call it window pane. This is a window pane. Looks even up from here. Excellent, I'm glad. I'm glad. Not too bad, eh? Not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay. So, let us clear off all of the pliers. And the tweezers and such. We got this bad boy here. We'll pop this here. And these over here. And this over here. Ooh. And we will move on to the next step, which is gluing paper. Oh, is it? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's especially the accent, Pete. I can hear it from here. It makes me swoon. Let's open up the granola bar. I am intrigued by the mixed accents though, Pete. Where are the what is the mix? Please tell me what the blend is. Is it northern and southern London? So I would have said hi earlier, but my mouth was full of granola bar. How are you doing today? How are things? How's your new stream setup? I know you you got a new laptop, right? How's that going? Okay. Let me grab our... Okay, we need to grab our wallpaper. I've been granolaed, yes. I'm like, stand by for the granola-ing. Okay. Watch, we need to wallpaper the space. Seems simple enough. Don't know if I should probably line it up with the top as opposed to the bottom, just because the bottom, yeah, just because the bottom. Got a new Mac and I have a sticker party sound like, oh, that's amazing. That's awesome. So it can handle having all those different things going on. That's amazing. I know we tried to play words on stream here the other day and the lag was real. You love being back streaming. I'm so glad to hear that. That's so awesome. Ooh. Is that too much glue? Maybe. That's awesome. Yeah, to be fair, you did. You did. Despite the lag, Saul was on fire. He did excellent. I think we played Gardic, actually. We played Gardic. It was the picture one. But same thing. And still... Words on stream. More like easy on stream. Yeah, absolutely. You crushed it. Despite the lag, which was incredible. Ooh, we got 2 Birminghams. Liverpool, Birmingham, Cumbria, West Midlands. Aren't those all north? Are they all norths? I don't know. My geography is trash. Liverpudlian. I think I own some Jackbox games were on sale. Oh yeah, I have them. Oh, near Newcastle. I know where Newcastle is. I know where Newcastle is. Norths. I like that. I like how we have, I love how we have a US Birmingham and a UK Birmingham. Yeah, we have, I have a couple of those Jackbox games. I know they recently released a new one. There's a couple ones. I don't know. I really like the trivia one. I can't remember which one that's on, but there's a trivia one where you're basically kidnapped in a dungeon and you have to answer trivia. And or else the trivia master murders you. But like they're puppet versions of you. Saul, don't get any ideas. Saul's doing a quiz at the end of the month. Please don't take my enjoyment of the Jackbox murder mystery quiz to heart and do not add that to your show. Please and thank you. Unless I'm winning, then it's fine. You also love the trivia. Yeah, exactly. Trivia one's really good. Murder mystery quiz. Exactly. Yes, that's the one. That's what it's called. But yeah, Saul, no murders on your quiz, please. Unless it's just me murdering the competition with my sick trivia skills. Sorry, that was aggressive. My apologies. My apologies. Let me let me roll that back. Okay, I need to. Oh, we're putting in a window frame as well. Yeah. Okay. This is meant to go in here. Hold on. I can promise you that the quiz has been written and set for about a month or so. Okay, cool. No changes. There will be no murderous intent added into the quiz show. I appreciate that. Uh-oh. You're clipping my carnage. Okay, is this just meant to slot in? Possibly. I'm a bit concerned. It's funny as my Liverpool's saying home out. Oh yeah. Okay, I think this just kind of pops into place. Like that? Okay. We could have a quiz night though. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That would be cool. I actually might see... I probably could, because I still have my PC over there. And so we could set up, I think I could get onto Liam's Steam account and get the Jackbox games from there, and we could do that for sure. That would be awesome. I'm kind of doing it. Jeez, this is just me. Yeah. Thanks for that, Saul. No murders on your quiz, please. Unless it's just me murdering the competition with my sick trivia skills. Sorry. That was cringy. I appreciate that clip though. That was a wee cringe. But yeah, that would be cool. That's a good idea. I will note that. Mental note. Let's have a trivia night. Okay. So I think the best bet might be to glue around this. Possibly. I'm gonna put the glue on here and then just kind of stick it in there and hope for the best. That's what she said. Ignore me. I'm in a silly mood now, guys. Okay. But yeah, I like that idea. We can even do that like off stream. We can do that off stream. Can we do that like through Discord? Is that a thing? People who know more about Discord than me? We can have like a game night, right? Okay. Stacking glue. Yeah, you can do them through Discord. Okay, I think that's a cool idea if people are down for that. And then y'all can make fun of my southern accent. Yeah. Okay, cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, we're just gonna pop this in here. I think it's meant to be maybe a bit more. Just push it all the way through. Needs to be flush. Let's just push it. Push it real good. Okay. I got twist on another network. Interesting. Northern girl with a southern accent. That's incredible. I don't know. I feel like I've told you guys this many times before that it baffles me that places like the States and even the UK, because the UK, especially because it's so much smaller, has such a variety of accents. I'm getting glue all over this window. Wow. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, and how in Canada there's like 3. I have yet to have a Canadian contest that from me. But yeah, in my brain, there's like 3 Canadian accents and there's like a bajillion British and American accents. I don't understand. I'm just trying to like scratch the glue off of this, but I don't know if that's helping, so maybe we should just leave it. It's fine. Yeah, I pronounce bath and glass. Bath, glass. Bath, glass, north. Yeah, see, my attempt at a British accent is like Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins, which I've now learned is actually a horrific accent. It's a horrific interpretation of a British accent. And that was my frame of reference as a child. So. Oh, hi, Meg! Hi. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It was so much fun. So much fun, in fact, that I have a new channel point redeem where for 3,000 channel points, you can choose a karaoke song for me to perform on stream. Valid for 3 times during stream. But yeah, Saul has reinvigorated my love for singing. I did it a lot when I was younger, and then, I don't know, sort of stopped, and I'm sad that I did. So I would like to do it more. So I'm creating opportunities for myself. Yeah, this is a friggin' mess back here. But you guys can't really tell on stream, so if you can't really tell on stream, then we'll just pretend it's fine. Okay. Now we need, what do we need? B6, C6. Okay, so now we need some little trimmies and stuff. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. How are you? How has your week been so far? I hope things are good. Ooh, enjoy your bubble bath, Angelic Dreamer. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have an amazing day. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Enjoy, relax. Live a luxurious, relaxing life. You have to go. Yes, go be silly. Oh, Shadow. Oh, hello. Go be silly, go have fun. I will see you later, Saul. Have an amazing stream. Okay, let me get all these bits and bobs out of here so we know what we're working with. Because we need to make some frames around this. So I'm just gonna get all of the thin pieces out. Worcestershire. Uh oh, is that an inside joke? Does someone have to say? Not know how. Worcestershire. 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 Oh no, very busy and stressed. Oh, I'm so glad you're leaving for vacation tomorrow though. How long are you gone for? That sounds incredible. Everyone's been having a bit of an off day this week. So it gets a kick out of you. I like that. Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Yeah. Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Oh, would you like to vacate the premises, Shadow? Okay. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you later. Someone has blown this popsicle stand. Worcester. 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 Yeah. Worcestershire. Worcester. 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 Worcestershire. Worcestershire. I don't know, man. Yeah. That one. Worcestershire. You know, sometimes though, like you say a word and then you say it enough times and you're like, it's like it doesn't seem like a real word anymore. It's like when you spell a word. Like sometimes I'll be writing something out and I'll spell a word and I'll be like, that doesn't look like a real word. It's almost like you have this like glitch in the Matrix where you're like, what even is English? 5-day cruise to Mexico. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's gonna be so good. That's gonna just like refill you and reinvigorate you. Get you pumped for the rest of the year. Just like, I love that. I love that for you. Okay, we have gotten all of these itty bitty tiny little pieces out. He was just thinking that's no longer a word. Exactly, right? The The more you hear it, the more you're like, sounds messed up. I think I'm gonna put too much glue on this. We're getting a bit of like bubbling here. But it's fine. I'm pretty sure you don't actually really see this too much. Yeah, it's on the inside wall. It's okay. We're not that worried about it. Gonna return to Twitch so tan. That's awesome. You're gonna be like, look at me. Look at my fabulous skin. That's amazing. Okay, we have to figure out what all these pieces are. So we need... There's 2 B17s. Let me try to find 2 B17s, which I assume are these guys, because there's 2 of them and they're the same size, and that's the only ones that are that way. We got these 2 guys that are the same size. Okay. We have a long, skinny one. We have multiple long, skinny ones. B15? Is this B15? I assume so because this is obviously too big. Oh, that might be B15, or is that something else? No. Ooh, the B17s. What did I say? The B17s are top and bottom. So these guys go here as a frame. Oh, are we covering this completely? Interesting. Okay. And then we need to determine if it's this little guy or this like thick boy. Oh, and this one. Okay. So this one goes on this side eventually. I'm just trying to gather all of the components that I know we're going to need at some point. And then we need these 2 that are the same over here. Like that. Hopefully this all lines up, because I know we got a little bit janky with the line uppings with the symmetry of the display cabinet. So hopefully we get that with this. What else? What is this? C6. Which is... I assume it's that one. So we have these rogue ones. We have this big guy, which I assume is C3. C3PO of Star Wars fame. Oh, okay. This is helpful. So there's a tiny, tiny B16. Oh, so I think it is the skinny one, because through process of elimination, this piece here also has one of these, and it is a really tiny skinny boy, and that's the only one we have, and they obviously have to match up. So ergo, it is this one. We have figured it out. Go team. Crushed it. Okay, now we can glue. Now that we know what we're gluing, now we can glue. And pop that to the side. Put this over here. I'm still mad that this is so dirty. And I'm making it worse by dragging it along the workstation. Oh well. Can I put, do I have a piece of paper I can stick down that will make this not... fuck it. It's too late now. It's fine. The logic. Yes, thank you. The process of elimination. Thank you, Kay. Okay. And now, as far as I know, this, is it really supposed to go over top of that? It appears that way. Okay. And it also looks like this is meant to be... I always try to center everything when I glue it on. Let's see how thick. Okay. Because I want to make sure that when this goes on like that, that this lines up. So... yeah, so I do think we need to line this up to this edge here, and then the overlay there will then match up with this. Okay, so then, and then we'll do the same with this as well. Now is this meant, this is just meant to go like straight across the bottom. Interesting. I guess then this part slots in. Okay, okay. just making sure before I make the final glue points that I know what I'm doing. Let's take a sip of tea for confidence. I already got the glue strings, so we've not even stuck it down yet. Let's make sure this is even. Oh, that's sliding off. I'm always afraid to like push down too hard because I do want this to be a bit more flush, but also every time I seem to put pressure on it, it then gets all loosey-goosey and slides all over the place. I don't want that. So. Ooh. Now you're back with bao buns. Aw, Kat. Kat just coming in, tempting us with all of her yummy food. What's in the bao buns? What is the filling of the baos? That's incredible. I love that. You're like, I left, but I come back. See, it's fine because you came back with food, so I'll allow it. That's amazing. Okay. Oh, there's a bit of glue splooge out there. I think it's some BBQ of some kind. Ooh, that sounds really nice though. Okay. Do that again. Pork buns apparently. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Again, I could be completely talking out of my ass, but I assume only because like Liam's a big fan of pork, so he'll get if like we were to get bao buns and stuff like that, he would probably get pork ones. And so I just assume that sort of like the standard for bao buns would be pork, but I assume that they have all sorts of meats in them. Want soup dumplings? Aw, that's a shame. That's annoying they don't do them anymore. I always hate that when like you find something that you love and then like a store or a restaurant or anything really is like, oh, we don't do that anymore. We've discontinued it. Or like sometimes too, and again, it sucks, but and I get why it happens. But sometimes when there's like a really cool store and I'm like, oh my God, I love this store in the mall, would go there all the time, and then that closes, I take it as like a personal affront. I'm like, excuse me, Why doesn't everybody else love this thing that I love? Why did it have to go? I'm not happy about it. This happened with multiple stores in the shopping center near me, to the point where there's really not a whole lot of good stuff left. It's pretty trash in there now. They're almost too bready. Ooh, oh, that sucks, Meg. Yeah, you're like, damn it, now it doesn't taste good. The food tastes sad now. Oh, that's always not fun. You're like, and now the food tastes sad. Yeah, that's true. You're like, I need to be going to this place frequently so that... Yeah, exactly. It's not good. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's truly the worst. You're like, why do bad people have to have good skills? You know, that's always the thing where you're just like, oh, you suck, but you're really good at this one thing. But that's good because obviously, like, you vote with your money, right? It's the capitalist society we live in. So the best way to sort of indicate your opinions on things and, you know, is to show your support through the mighty, mighty dollar. Okay. Now we gotta line this bad boy up. Now, I don't know, I think it's probably best if I pick what side of, there's like a little bit of a line, like a guideline. What if thrift store wants that? Oh, and you're like, cool. Did you return the stuff or did the transaction already occur? You're just like, either way, you're like, we will never be back here again. You're like, thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, honestly. To be fair, that's what happened to me as well, because I was at like an antique fair, and I bought a Alice in Wonderland themed pin, and I think it's on a jacket somewhere. I don't know where it is. And then the guy was like, oh, you, because of course I have an accent, and he's like, oh, you're American. I was like, no, Canadian. And he's like, oh, I really like what some of that Trump guy is saying. And I was like, I'm just gonna walk away. And I'm like, also, this conversation is irrelevant to me because I just told you I'm Canadian, not American, but you just wanted an excuse to talk about somebody that is problematic. That's cool. Dude already paid, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, but why? Why did you? I don't understand. Yeah, right? It's true. When I started Murder, so it was our... Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. You know what it is, though? Because I think people get so... And, like, I get it. Like, they get so disillusioned by the upper crusts of society because there is a lot of, like, nepotism in politics and stuff like that. And a lot of, like, rubbing shoulders, and, like, if you didn't go to, like, an upstate prep school or whatever, it's difficult for you to get into stuff like that. And so I can see people feeling like this person doesn't really represent me. And so then when somebody comes up and is like, you know, basically calls out the system for being problematic, I can see how a lot of people can get behind that. But then it's like, they forget that this person is also famous and therefore gets to reap the benefits of all of the stuff that the politicians are also reaping the benefits of. So actually this person doesn't really represent you, even though you think symbolically that they do. So it's weird. It's like, I get how it started, but then like at a certain point you got to be like, listen guys, like are we just ignoring the fact that like this person lives in like a McMansion and doesn't give a shit about you? I don't know. But you sometimes say A. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's so funny because, like, I'm waiting. I don't go home, like, I don't go visit my extended family very often. And we always joke that, like, Alberta is the south of Canada. And so I have quite a few, like, what I would say is kind of, like, rednecky sort of relatives. And so I know my mom can't stand it because she, like, now they're back there taking care of my grandparents. And so they'll go on, like, outings and visit with, like, my dad's family. And a lot of them just seem to have a lot of, you know, less than savory opinions, less than stellar opinions on things. And I just want one day, and it's like, I don't like confrontation, but my dream is to be at a family function and have one of my uncles go off on immigrants, and then me be like, so uncle, you realize that I am an immigrant. I have immigrated to England. I am one of these people that you are speaking of. How do you feel about that? Like, that's my thing. Like, I just want to mic drop at a family function and be like, oh, you don't like immigrants? Does that mean you don't like me? Boom, bye. And then they'll be like, and I'll be like, yeah, right. But I don't know if that's going to happen. And I also don't know if I'll have the balls to say it. I might, though. To be fair, I think my mom might. I think my mom has vouched for me a few times. If that happens, could you stream it? Could you imagine? Yeah, I think my mom has actually done it a couple times where she's called out my relatives by being like, you realize that our daughter is an immigrant, technically, on paper? But, oh, you mean not like that. Oh, that's different, right? Like you said, there's definitely a hierarchy of what is and isn't acceptable. It's like when people talk about, like, when people used to complain, I'm sure they still complain about, like, oh, people taking so-and-so's jobs. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, did you get a PhD and become a doctor? Are you a medical doctor, Ralph? Or did you just finish high school? And yes, you know, Muhammad, who's coming from another country with a PhD and is a qualified surgeon, is taking your job specifically. Make that make sense. Okay. Oh, we forgot to attach the frame, the ledge. I think we worked out that it was this. Is this the windowsill that we speak of? I don't think it's any other one. I think this is the only one. I had some lady question my mask. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I love that when people, I remember when they took the mask rules away here and somebody thought they were being helpful to my mom and they, like, my mother-in-law saw her and goes, oh, you know, you don't have to wear that anymore, sweetie. And it's like, no, I would like to. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we don't talk about that, you know, that warlord here. I'm like, guys, the war in Ukraine is still happening. It's still, like, Putin's still on a crazy rampage. That man must be stopped. This, are we, now I'm questioning it. Now I'm questioning if this is the right one. The lady had no social cues, my goodness. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing too, Kay. Exactly. People are like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, would you like to work in a service industry? Oh, and Putin. Oh, I will allow Putin. Oh, if you want to talk to me about Putin, you can go right ahead. Not Putin. You mean the delicious, potatoey, gravy, cheesy goodness, not the Russian oligarch? Okay, I'll allow it, Pete. Absolutely. No, hey man, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It happens. It happens. It happens. Yeah, especially now too. So wasn't it, Kat, we were talking about the Phil DeFranco show, and I was saying how I started watching it again, and like people in the service industry are getting absolutely like crazy stuff happening to them. So yeah, I wouldn't, you know, if that's I don't think people want those jobs. People don't want those jobs. But those are the jobs that people are complaining about being taken. Okay, what am I doing? I'm trying to make sure that I actually have the correct ledge piece. I assume that's what it is. But okay, we're just gonna on a whim decide that this is what's happening. We're just gonna do it. Yeah. Absolutely. Lady grab it. Yeah, exactly. I saw that. I was like, seriously? I don't understand. And how, like, make that make sense. People pulling people out of drive-thrus. I don't understand. Especially when you're not bringing poutine. Honestly. You know what? I think, too, it's actually really difficult to find authentic poutine here because cheese curds are not readily available. Something about, like, UK regulations about, like, pasteurized cheese. And so, like, a lot of times, I think there was, like, actually, there's a bar in Canada, or in London, called the Maple Leaf. And they serve, like, Canada Dry and stuff like that. There's a massive taxidermy black bear in, like, the center. I don't know if it's still there. But they have poutine. But they don't have authentic poutine because they put shredded cheese on it. And it needs to be cheese curds. Curds or nothing. Curds or get out of my face. It's okay. So it's okay because if that ever autocorrects in the future, I'll just assume you're talking about poutine. No, don't even worry about it. Honestly, it's okay. I think that is a genuine fun. That's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. But see, it's good because now I'm just going to assume that every time I see that the word Putin, I'm going to think you mean poutine. And that's okay. Because that's a much more glamorous thing to think about. And a much more yummy, wonderful thing to think about. So don't even worry about it. Okay. Let's get some of this glue off of here. Poutine. I think the official, if we're talking about the Canadian food dish, it is Poutine. And it's pronounced, people pronounce it poutine, but that is incorrect. It is poutine. But that's okay. There's a song by a Canadian rapper named Classified, and it's a song called Oh Canada, and it like talks about all the bunch of like Canadian stereotypes, but like in a joking way, and about how he's like proud of where he's from. And even he pronounces poutine wrong, and he wasn't even trying to get it to rhyme. And I was like, I'm upset. I had poutine a few times, it's so good. It's true. A cheese curd is excellent. Cheese curds are fabulous. These are places that serve poutine, but it closed before. Aw, yeah. Oh, that sucks. That's always so frustrating. Okay, I'm just scraping the excess glue off of this windowsill. I really hope this is the windowsill because it's like a tiny bit big. And if it's not, then I don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah, I don't think, well, I don't know, because Tim Hortons never did poutine in Canada either, but they also didn't do, like, burgers and stuff like they do now. I think because they got bought out by Burger King or something like that, because it was really, the only, like, savory things you could get was you could get soup, and you could get, like, tea biscuits, and, like, sandwiches maybe, but, like, breakfast sandwiches and stuff. It was more like a coffee bake shop. Like, the food was more either lunch / breakfast stuff. And I feel like now, it was really weird because I remember my friends, they went to Tim Hortons here. And my friend was like, oh, they do really good burgers. And I was like, say what now? I'm like, Tim Hortons doesn't do burgers. And he's like, yeah, they do. They're really good. And I was like, not my Tim Hortons. Hashtag not my Tim Hortons. I have yet to go to a Tim Hortons in the UK, mostly because now, obviously, I've been diagnosed with celiac disease, and so I can't even eat any of the donuts and things from there anymore. But even still, all of the people that I follow in this group called Canadians in the UK on Facebook, I've got the humor of a 12-year-old boy, so the word Putin. Yeah, I don't blame you. Putin. Yeah, sounds like tootin'. Hey man, I too enjoy a good fart joke. I too have the humor of a 12-year-old boy sometimes. I get it. Do you have a Tim Hortons near you, Pete? And have you been? And what have you consumed there? If you don't mind me asking. Because I remember seeing photos. And also, too, though, because even in Canada, I feel like Tim Hortons has really pared down their menu. They used to have, like, so many different donut and Timbit flavors. And now there's, like, 6. And I'm very confused by it. Because I went when I was in Canada over the summer. We went. Because it's like standard when you go on a road trip. You got to stop at Timmy's before you go. You got to stop at Timmy's and get your ice caps or your double doubles before you go. And so I was like, why are there so few Timbit options? There used to be so many. And I don't know what happened. It's a bit annoying that this is kind of on an angle and it wants me to try to like install stuff. But it's okay. We'll figure it out. The snacks ordered yesterday are here. Oh, are these the cow things? Oh no. It's okay. You can persevere. You should have one though, because you ordered them and I feel like it's only fair. I do and have been there. Dark roast coffee. Ooh, chai tea latte, donuts and Timbits. Yeah, definitely. I do think it's more of like if you want a warm beverage, that's like what it can be used for. Good for. Yeah, maybe Meg has heard of the snack you were talking about earlier. I had never heard of it, but you might have. Because I think you guys share living where you are. Got some Cliff Bar chocolate. Oh, these are different. Cliff Bar's dark chocolate chunk kind bar. Ooh, yeah, the cowtails. That's the one. That's what I thought you were talking about. Meg, do you know what a cowtail is? Ooh, Jesus. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry, I'm just scaring the shit out of myself. Yeah, cool. Cool. Caramel. Interesting. Yeah, she said caramel with like cream in it. No one you know enjoys them though. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. I guess it is just gonna hang really jankily. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. That is fair though. I feel like, I don't know, I guess this is different because like you ordered them, but it's always good to like, I feel like it's always ideal to have an eclectic mix of like friends or family who like different things. Especially like, for instance, most people in my life are not fans of raw tomatoes. And so my brother, again, speaking of Tim Hortons, when we used to go on road trips, he would always get a BLT without the T. So he'd get bacon, lettuce, tomato. And then usually they wouldn't listen to him and they would put a tomato on it. But then I like tomatoes, so I would just eat them. Same with, like, you know, when I would go to restaurants with Liam and you order a sandwich and they give you a pickle on the side, and I always eat the pickle. So you gotta have friends like that, or family members who will, like, eat the stuff you don't want to eat. You know what I mean? Or it's like, you know, you get a selection box of candy, and there's always the one thing that is like, ooh, I don't like that. But then you know someone who does. It's good. And it prevents food waste, you know? When friends have eclectic food tastes. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Working for Halloween candy as a kid. Oh, interesting. Again, I was the same way where, like, I would get Halloween candy, specifically coffee crisps, and because I'm not a fan of, like, Kit Kats, I don't like wafer cookies, even if they're covered in chocolate. I'm, like, not a fan of the texture. So I'd always give them to my dad. Coffee crisps and Kit Kats. I'd always give to him because I knew he liked them, even though I didn't. And also, too, parents would always, like, you know what I mean? I feel like you guys probably do this if you have kids and or when you were a kid. There's always a parental candy tax. You know what I mean? There's always a parental candy tax where they go, listen, pay up. We're having circus pants. Oh, yeah. I've not had one of those in a long, long time. I don't even know if I got them for Halloween, but I have had, like, them one-offs. The worst, though, is when someone actually full-on, they give you raisins, like a box of raisins. I'm like, excuse me. As, like, a child. I'm like an 8-year-old child. I'm like, do you not realize what this occasion is for? It's not for raisins. Yeah, exactly. Stupid raisin. There's always a stupid raisin house. Should be a sin to give those ones out. Yeah. There's always a stupid raisin house. One year it was really weird. Somebody was just giving out 50 cents. So, like, 2 quarters. And I'm like, if you have a bunch of children that come to your door, like hundreds of kids, that's actually a lot of money that you're dishing out. Maybe they assume they're like, we're going to spend, what, like $40 on candy? Let's just give them 50 cents instead. I was like, bold choice to give children change for Halloween. They might be there might be a reason why they're giving them to you. You know I love me a pun, Pete. You know I loves me a pun. Oh, you have a teal bucket. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's awesome. I like that it has like little games and stuff instead. I don't know if I put enough glue on this, but it's kind of stuck, so it's too late to... Actually, no. We need to do this properly. Listen. It's now stuck to me. Okay. Since we've been in our house, I've not actually been... Well, I was home for Halloween this year, but I was video chatting with my parents, so I didn't actually hand out candy. But this year, I actually want to, like, do a proper Halloween. I have no idea how many kids we'll get, though. We live in sort of an awkward area where I don't foresee us having a bunch of trick-or-treaters, but I think if I do my goal of getting one of those inflatable decorations, Halloween decorations, and sticking them in the front yard, I think then kids may come. We get 0 but still buy candy. Hey man, I wouldn't argue with that logic for sure. I think I did the same thing. I bought candy and then didn't give it out. Yeah. That's true. I think my in-laws get a few more because they live on like a more accessible street. Okay, once we do this, we have the evil golden bar sticker we need to put on here. And then we have to glue some little accoutrement. And then we actually get to stick it to a base, which is exciting. exciting. We also get 0 kids, occasionally 1 or 2. So sad, man. Where I grew up, our subdivision was poppin'. Some years were better than others, obviously, but I always liked it. I got to a point where I actually sometimes enjoyed handing out candy more than going out, because I just liked seeing everyone's costumes. Especially when parents would, like, take their little babies that, like, don't even know what's going on yet. And some of them had, like, the cutest costumes. I had a whole one kid and took the bowl. Yeah. Wow. That's him working, you know, smarter, not harder. He's like, I know all these houses don't get hit up, so I will just go around and clean house at the end of the night. Honestly, I appreciate his ingenuity. But I respect why you might want to not give a 7-year-old or 17-year-old an entire box of candy. I appreciate his ingenuity. Like, oh, he took the bowl too. Yeah, that's not okay. You're like, excuse me. Bowls are expensive. I like that bowl. Keep the candy. Yeah, no, that's shoddy workmanship. Take the candy, leave the bowl. Okay. So now that all those pieces are added, we now need to use the evil gold bars. They're not evil. They just don't stick very well and infuriate me for that reason. I'm gonna eat more of the granola bar too. My partner and I dressed up walking to a concert, and we walked by this house. The parents were on the porch flagging us down and called, ha 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 ha. Aw, that's incredible. Aw, that's so sweet. I love that. Okay. Let's stick this silly sticker on here. Let's actually make sure this lines up. Okay, there we go. Make sure this actually lines up to the edge, because I have a feeling it's going to go all the way around, and I don't want there to be like a weird little gap in between. There we go. That was actually the perfect size. I think this is the first time this has actually been the exact length it's needed. There's like a little bit of a nub here. We might have to try to glue that down, but I'm happy with that because this will actually look accurate in the end. And we have a couple little paper pieces we're gonna glue as well. And then we actually get to stick it onto a base. Base. Okay. Let's get our cutout bag. Right? It's so funny you say that, Pete, because every time Liam and I say base, he says that to me. And I guess it was like a UK commercial at some point, wasn't it? Base. Buttery biscuit base. Base. Okay, we need this one. these two. And so we have like a little crown, a little heart, this card that's like a 2 of cards, which is sort of meant to be like hanging out the side a little bit, which is interesting. I don't really know why, but it's okay. Someone did a remix of the 2 people from MasterChef. Oh, Master Chief. That's interesting. Master Chief is Halo, right? Yeah, so it's just meant to kind of go on the side there. Oh, Master Chef. But also, do you guys know Master Chief, just on my video game knowledge, Master Chief is Halo, right? But Master Chef, that makes more sense. Master Chef for biscuit base. But you know what? I thought maybe it was like a weird internet meme thing, so I was totally down for Master Chief singing Buttery Biscuit Base as well. I was down for both versions of that story. I was excited for both. Oops. So this is meant to just kind of like hang out here. Like so. Just a little wee. That's Stardew Master Chief. Oh, that's his full name. I didn't realize his full name was Stardew Master Chief. How rude of me to not pronounce him of his full name. I think I've told you guys before, and it's pretty obvious. I'm not very good at video games, especially like first-person shooters. Can't do that to save my life. And so my friends, you know, back in the day, we were all, my friends, all my dude friends, all my dude bros were very into Halo. And so I was really bad. I would like screen peek and just be like the absolute worst. And so one time my friend was like, okay, we're going to do like a one-on-one battle. And I was like, that's going to end badly. And he says, no, it's fine. You can use any weapon in the arena, and I can only use the laser sword. And so, because I have to do close combat, you should be able to get me. One shot kill, like whatever. And I was like, I guess, maybe, sure, we'll try. So I have access to all the weapons. By the time I have oriented myself, so you know how you have the moving, and then you have like the camera to move you around. So by the time I have oriented myself to just know where the hell I am, he's jumped from some platform with the laser sword and stabbed me straight clean through the head. And it was like not even 2 minutes into the game. And I was like, did we expect anything else to happen? That was literally what the only outcome was gonna be. So yeah, I can't do first, but like I said, because I can't move the camera and orient myself and also be worried about being shot at. I can just about maneuver the camera angle playing Dreamlight Valley. So it's not an option. Tries to make Joker feel sad. No, it's okay. Honestly, Pete, I'm just happy to have you here. And to be fair, sometimes the references fly over my head. It's not on you, it's 100% on me. And so don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm just happy that you're here. If anything, I'm sorry that I'm not more aware of some of your puns. Because when I do get them, I do love them. So please keep attempting, even if they fly straight over my head, because I still appreciate them, even if I don't always get them right away. Okay? You're a master camera angler because of WoW. That's awesome. Truly, it is truly a skill set. Like, Liam will watch a lot of people play Escape from Tarkov, and I'll like just be like playing on my phone in the background, but like I'll look and I'm like, there's too much going on. I have no idea. Like by the time I know what I'm doing, I'd be dead. Like I don't understand. Okay, so we have so far put this guy on here, and I guess we're number 18. So Alice's Tea Shop is at 18 something something Street. 18 Rolife Avenue. That's what we're deciding. Alice's Tea Store, 18 Rolife Avenue. And now we have to flip this over and add 2 pictures to the inside. But it seems a bit precarious to balance on here. So I just need like another arm. You know what I mean? Of course, P. Of course. Dreadful at games with swimming mechanics. Oh, interesting. Yeah, 3-dimensional. Yeah, that would be a pain. I feel like that would be difficult for sure. I'm going to balance this on here, though I don't kind of trust what it's supporting itself on. Hopefully it doesn't break. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, swim mechanics. Nope. I think my favorite games are point and clicks. Point and clicks for me, please. Excuse me. I might just need to use my fingers. This is being a pain. She is not gripping very well. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Before the glue dries. How is this meant to go? Just kind of like here, sort of. And then hopefully that's straight enough. So that's meant to go there, and then the other one's just meant to go underneath it. A little bit. I like games like Animal Crossing most when playing WoW. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like that's maybe the outlier in terms of like the games that you like playing, but that's like, it's almost like nostalgic, eh? It's like a fan favorite. Ooh. Sorta, kinda, maybe. I do think it's interesting because I don't think we're really gonna see a lot of this, like when we complete the frame. But I appreciate these little details. Like, it'll be one of those things that, like, while you're looking inside it, you're like, oh, there just happens to be photos on the wall. Whereas it's like they could have just left this bare, but they decided to, like, zhuzh it up a little bit, and I respect that. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to do anything in WoW if you don't want to. You can just run around and collect. That's true. You can just collect herbs and junk. So, yeah, there's, like, cozy game mechanics. You know what I mean? Like, there's sort of, like, a script of like what people sort of deem a cozy game. So things like Animal Crossing, where it's like resource guarding or resource management and collection and that sort of thing. And it's like, yeah, those are totally components of WoW as well. Is WoW a cozy game, guys? I think in certain iterations it absolutely is. So, exciting times. We're finally going to glue a base. Base. Buttery biscuit base. We're going to glue down the base. It looks like, do we have to fold stuff? Is this, I don't know if this is the right one. Yeah, I think it is. Oh yeah, there we go. Now, do I need to cut these out, or do we think we can get away with just like kind of stabbing it? I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna kind of stab it and hope for the best. If they put housing in the game, I'd never leave. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's awesome. Okay. So this is our base, guys. Now I just want to make sure that I put a glue. Trying to glue more with intent and not, oh, there we go. See, again, did I unnecessarily put glue somewhere I didn't need to? Absolutely. After I just finished talking about how I was gonna try to glue more with intent, I just, you know, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do this. And then, oops. Once this is glued into place and dry, I'm just gonna stab these little sections. Because I think this is just meant to like slot in, right? It's actually meant to slot specifically in here. This thing is. So if we... take the scissors, and by scissors I mean craft knife. Not that one. Fine, I didn't want you anyway. This one maybe, if I can get them out of their container. Listen, there we go. We got there in the end. Okay. And then I'm hoping there we can just oh, am I a genius?
It's tea time.
Aw, thank you. Thank you, Pete. Ooh, Aurora, let's pull an oracle card. It's been a hot minute since we've done that. Let me take a swig of tea. Oh, I finished the tea. We take a swig of water. Whoop. And while this is drying, we will pop these away. Pop this out of the way as well. And we'll get out our oracle deck, our tree oracle cards, which we've not done in a minute. Let me just pop that in there. Oh, we've done it. Pop those in here, move this aside, and bust out our, I got it. Our oracle tree, oracle cards. So what I'm gonna do, Aurora, is I'm gonna shuffle the deck into 3 piles. You are going to pick the first, second, or third pile. We are going to reveal the top card, and that will be, you know, the bit of wisdom that you can ponder going into the rest of your week. Sound like a plan, friends? Does that sound like a plan? You can think about, you know, if you just want like a general sort of reading, if you have any specific question or sort of, you know, theme that you are looking to explore, you can either share that or keep that to yourself. I will shuffle. I'm not the best shuffler, you guys. Yeah, of course. And then we will consult. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Which pile would you like me to pull from? And then we will figure out what we've done. 3, we have the horse chestnut. Ooh, let us see. What does that mean for you today? Let's look. The horse chestnut is 53. So these are the leaf cards, which represent wisdom. So, this is right side up. We don't do inverted. Right side up. I've gone nutty. Yeah. Well, technically, let's see. It says, something is puzzling you. Hold it up to the light of careful thought and do not be in too much of a hurry to solve the conundrum. Sometimes the answer is slow to arrive, so do your best to be patient. So, nutty with pontification. So there is a message that the horse chestnut would like to tell you. It says, my shiny brown fruit has many practical uses, yet children enjoy playing with it too. I can teach you how to consider the advantages and disadvantages of everything you come across to help you gain greater wisdom and understanding. So go into this week with patience and understanding that, you know, the life may come with all sorts of interesting thoughts, conundrums, and puzzles, and the answers may not be there immediately, but with patience, they will arrive. I can also tell you, would you like some facts about the horse chestnut in general? Apparently, it is native to Southeast Europe. It bears candle-like flowers and fruits encased in a spiky shell, and it grows till over 92 feet or 28 centimeters tall. The horse chestnut let's read. The horse chestnut got its name in the 16th century because Turkish soldiers used to feed the brown fruits to their horses. A single specimen of the tree was sent to the botanical gardens in Paris, from where its popularity spread. Children like the tree because they play with the fruits, attempting to smash their opponent's chestnut with their own game known in Britain as conkers. Or if you're Tasha and you forget what the word is, you call them chonkers. But it is conkers. The fruits, which are toxic when eaten raw, were used in the past to make soap. Creams made from them are useful in relieving venomous congestion. There you go. The horse chestnut. Thank you for using that redeem, Aurora. I hope you found that insightful. And we'll see if that, the message of patience and problem solving. Venomous congestion. Maybe consumption? The consumption of venom? Let's see. Let's go back. Yeah. Oh, relieving venous congestion. Venous congestion? Venous congestion. Let's Google it. It is definitely not venomous congestion. That was a misread on my part. See, Pete, we're all tired and mucking up words. Don't you worry about it. You're not alone, my friend. Venous congestion. It is a phenomenon described in cardiology and post-operative cardiac care. Damn. Jesus. So it's something to do with the heart. A pulmonary edema. Interesting. So creams of the horse chestnut are gonna help? I'm gonna congest it in a different way. Yeah, exactly. Ooh. So I believe... Is there an actual hole in this one? Yes, and I probably should. I can probably just use... There we go. Okay, so now we are going to glue this to the base. And now the top-down approach is looking less ideal, but we're working on other pieces, so it's okay. And we're also coming up to the end of our time, so it's okay. It's all good. Oh, I Googled, yeah. We're learning things here today. Always learning. Hopefully, I'll learn again to stop gluing things. Stop putting glue on things that don't need glue. Because that's happened a few times. Okay, let's plop her down. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, guys. This truly does feel like the home stretch now because we are actively building the structure now, which is very exciting. I'm very excited about this. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this miniature journey with me. It has been so much fun. I'm sad for it to end, but I'm excited for what the end result is going to look like. We might just have to procure more miniature kits. We have plenty of needle felting, cross stitching, and beading to do, but maybe we make time for more miniature kits as well. I think that would be a good idea. I have no idea. I have no idea where it's gonna live. My default is to stick it in the spare room just because that's the only place that has like surfaces, but I don't know. I think it would look really cute on the bookshelf, but I think I need to clear some stuff off the bookshelf in order to make it fit. So hopefully it'll end up there. And actually it would really work too because I have a bunch of Alice in Wonderland books on the bookshelf, and so I think it would look really cute beside all of those. Or like in the center surrounded by all of the Wonderland, you know? I think that would look really cute. Okay, so let us attempt to show you. Am I gonna be awkward again? Okay. we're gonna take you guys on an adventure again. Now that I'm kind of getting the hang of it, let's take you guys on another adventure. Let me remember what direction we're doing this in. This goes down here. This rotates this way. Oh, hello. That is my chest. Okay. Oh, I need to... No problem, Kay. Thank you so much for hanging out. I always appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Okay. And then we need to... This needs to go... Okay, this needs to go this way. And then this needs to go this way. Hi, guys! We're just taking you on another adventure. Back down. Quickly looks away from stream. Honestly, it's chaos and carnage. Oh, there you go. Look, it's Streamception. Say hi to yourself, guys. Say hi to yourself, chat. Okay. There we go. Okay, hang on. Then we do this. And then we do this. Oops. And then you guys can actually see what we've done. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Kind of, sort of, kind of, maybe. Here you go. We'll bring you back a little bit. You're like in my gut. There, look. Okay, so this is the base here. And then this is the windowsill with our little frame there and the little border. And then you continue to flip it. Ooh. And then this is the inside. Oh, and this little guy is not sticking properly. But this is our first structural component put in place. Make sure this is actually upright, because I assume we're attaching more stuff this side. But yeah. So this is going to be kind of like the final size here. Yay big, which actually isn't that bad. And then, you know, like we'll put... I think this is actually what it's meant to kind of look like. I'm just sort of envisioning here. Picture this, friends, actually. And then I think this goes here. So see, it's like slowly coming together. Gosh darn. God damn, eh? We're pulling it off. We're crushing it. So yeah, tomorrow, what's next? What's next on our... Yeah, so next we're gonna be putting some flooring in. So guys, we're in like the total construction phase of our structure, right? So we did some walls. Next we're gonna be doing some flooring. And we're gonna be installing the display cabinet and some lights. Ooh, the light's gonna go into place. Hopefully it still works. Yeah. Oh, we might have to do more wiring tomorrow. Oh dear. Oh dear. More wiring might need to happen tomorrow. But it's okay. We got this, guys. We got this, friends. Okay. Who would you like to raid today? Let us go and see which of our friends is online. Ooh. I'm gonna pop these back in here because I don't want to be... We'll clean up after ourselves because I don't want to be ruining things. I know, I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited. It's gonna be adorable. Oh, and I thought about this the other day, guys, okay? So I know so this is Mini Phantasma, which we've not given away yet. She will be given away at some point. But like, look at it. Look at Phantasma in the tea shop. Guys. Little baby Phantasma on her way to buy tea and scones in the tea shop. Unreal. Adorable. I'm obsessed. We might have to, yes. Yes, of course. Oh my goodness. So good. Okay, let's go. I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted. Let's go and see what our friends are up to. Reminder, not that it impacts you guys at all, but I'm gonna be in another space tomorrow. Makerbug's online. We gotta go see her. We gotta go see our friend Makerbug because it's been a minute. And she just dropped some incredible news earlier this week on her first stream back since being away on the holidays. And she's amazingly crafty and wonderful and fabulous. And we love her. So we should go see her and say hi. Raid message. Be with my mom. She has to. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem, Kat. Obviously, being there with your moms is much more important. Fingers and toes crossed, the results of this biopsy are more favorable than the last results. I'm giving you all of the strong vibes because, yeah, you deserve it. Your mom deserves it. Fingers and toes crossed that everything works itself out. But, so, because I won't see you tomorrow, I hope you have an amazing weekend. And also anyone else, if I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you have an amazing weekend. And, yeah, keep being amazing. And I will see you later. Bye.